following program is a PBS Wisconsin original production.
Welcome to the North Woods. The cows are dried up for the winter and won't calve until spring, so I've left Chance back at the farm to take care of everything. And I'm going to take a little vacation with my nephews and enjoy this beautiful winter. We all know that winters here in the Midwest are cold and snowy, but I love it how the people here are always coming up with creative ways to keep life going. On that note, I've decided to take my two little nephews to the International Birkebeiner Ski Race in Hayward so we can do some cross-country skiing. But first, I'm going to go gather some ingredients for a healthy, hearty, vegetarian frittata lunch. For the ingredients, I'll head up to Duluth and pick up some veggies from the Deep Winter Greenhouse.
Yeah, I've got something really tasty for you to try.
And then just down the road from there, I'll visit the food farm to gather some eggs and learn how they built a modern root cellar. This must be a game changer.
It really has been.
And then come along with me and we'll celebrate this beautiful Midwestern day with new friends at the Birkebeiner. Gather with us around the farm table. I'm your host, Inga Witcher.
Good morning, girls. I'm Inga, and I love everything about farming. Midwestern farms are a bounty of good food made by good people.
I love being able to travel, to search out good ingredients.
Cooking is all about what's seasonal, what's fresh. Every day can be filled with good food, good friends, and a beautiful herd of cows. Welcome to the farm.
Good girl.
Around the Farm Table is funded in part by Wisconsin Farmers Union, united to grow family agriculture, Heartland Credit Union, a gift in memory of Wendy Bladorn, Focus Fund for Wisconsin Programming, and Friends of Wisconsin Public Television.
Just because it's cold and snowy outside doesn't mean we can't bring beautiful plants inside to just feel alive and really wake up our spaces. It's our family tradition to do paper whites. Not only are they one of the easiest bulbs to force, but they smell beautiful and they just bring a little bit of that spring right inside the doors. You just want to start with a beautiful bowl. We like to use clear bowls because you can see the roots, and that's part of the beautiful art of these bulbs. So I filled my bowl with a bunch of just random river rock that I found from just the back 40. We just washed it up really nice and then put it in here so it's not slimy. And then I'm gonna take my bulbs, and this is the part that I want to plant down because it's obviously the down part. Maybe clean that bulb up a little bit. Nestle it in my rocks. And this is something, you can do with your kids and your family and hopefully make that a tradition in your own household just to kind of make the winter go by a little bit better. It's taken our family a little bit of getting used to living in the Midwest after coming out here from Washington State. The first winter I moved here, I thought there was no way I was going to make it. I couldn't believe that my blood was still flowing through temperatures of 40 below. I really didn't even think that really existed. But once I finally got some long johns and some winter coats and some actual wool socks, things got a little bit better. I'm gonna add a little bit more rocks in here to stabilize the bulbs. And these are just gonna also look really kind of neat. And then you're just gonna cover those with water. You don't wanna cover all the way to the top. You wanna leave about an inch or so above the tops of the bulbs so you're not drowning them. And then you can just put those in a sunny window, and in about 4 weeks, they're gonna start blooming. Here's my tip though. This is one thing that my parents taught me, is you wanna add a little bit of gin right to the pot. And this is gonna make it so that the paper whites don't grow too tall and fall over. They're gonna stop at just the right height and look beautiful for a few weeks. Also plant these every 2 to 3 weeks. Plant new ones so you always have fresh blooms. Now, let's go gather some ingredients and make a frittata.
For my first ingredients, I traveled to Duluth, Minnesota to pick up some fresh greens from the Denfield Deep Winter Greenhouse. Deep winter greenhouses are passive solar structures that concentrate energy from the sun to maintain a favorable temperature for growing plants, even on the coldest days of the year. They use a specially angled south-facing wall to harness the solar energy that heats the air inside. Vertical rows of hanging plant beds ensure that the small space inside is used efficiently for an abundant yield of delicious leafy greens. This greenhouse has become a local source of lettuces, herbs, brassicas, greens, and sprouts that are grown fresh year-round. I couldn't wait to see how it's possible to grow these fresh greens in the middle of the cold Midwestern winter.
I've made it to Duluth, Minnesota. We're right downtown, and in the midst of the snowstorm, while everyone's digging out, I'm happy to go in and see greens growing in the greenhouse. Hi, Brandon.
Welcome, Inga.
Thanks for waiting outside for me.
Of course. Well, welcome to the Deep Winter Greenhouse here in Duluth.
Oh, I'm excited to be here and see inside. I am cold today.
Well, it's a little warmer in there.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys do for the community here.
The greenhouse here is operated by Community Action Duluth, and we grow mainly greens throughout the winter, and then we sell them at 2 of our farmers markets that we have.
And what's the goal?
The main goal is that these areas are both USDA food deserts in urban settings, and so we bring food directly into those neighborhoods and sell them at our farmers markets.
For folks who don't know what a food desert is, can you explain that?
In rural areas, it's usually if you don't have something within 5 miles of you, and in urban areas, I believe it's within 1 mile.
Okay, so it's just providing fresh foods.
Providing fresh food directly to people that may not have transportation ability to get to grocery stores.
Right. How are you still growing greens in this climate, in this temperature?
As you can see here, we have a building, and it's facing directly south, and you can see as a greenhouse that angle looks a little steep, and that's because our sun is so low in the winter that allows the maximum use of sun.
So it's a lot warmer in there.
It's a lot warmer in
Well,
there.
I'm gonna head in there because my little tushy is gonna freeze right off, so thanks, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hi, John.
Hey Inga, welcome to the greenhouse.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Well, I'd love to see all the different things you have going on here. Can you show me around?
Sure, let's do a tour.
These look familiar.
Yeah, so this is a brassica mixture. You can see there's a mizuna in there. You know, you've got your little kales, some kohlrabi here, probably some non-heading broccoli in there.
Nice. This is the way I like to eat my brassicas, especially if I have my nephews around, because if you put a big hunk of kale in front of them, they're never going to sit at the table. But this way, it still has that great flavor and nutrition, and they want to eat it.
Yep, it's fresh and very nutrient dense.
Well, what's one of your favorite things you've got growing?
So I do really like the collards here. Collard greens is one that a lot of people in the community have, you know, through
Really?
surveys and stuff, communicated that they want people to grow for them.
Yeah, I always think of collards as like a southern food, but yeah, nice.
So this right here is wasabi arugula.
So wasabi, that's something that we would use when we're dipping our sushi into with a little soy sauce.
Yep, and yeah, a lot of the times at restaurants they'll use just horseradish that's been dyed green to because wasabi is very expensive.
Wow, woo.
So yeah, anything that,
got
that
that
has
kick.
that packs that punch is excellent crop to grow.
It's good though. Can we gather some? I would love to take some of this home, but I'm cooking for my nephews, and I think that they would be
Absolutely.
they wouldn't love it with their little palates. But maybe we can get some lettuces or something.
Yeah, totally.
Wow, there's a lot of greens here.
This is mizuna here.
And will all these go into a mix then to be sold at the farmer's market?
So I have done mixes in the past, you know, mixing a salad mix of just spinach and lettuce, and you throw in a brassica. Definitely some people like to have just the one thing. There's
Yeah.
kale people out there that want nothing but kale.
Those kale people.
Yeah.
Do you have to keep thinking about when you're gonna reseed, or when you harvest it? What do you do? Do you throw everything else in the compost and replant it?
A lot of the hardy stuff will just come right back. So this mizuna, I can just cut the whole top off of it, and then it'll sprout right back.
Right,
For
okay.
a second cutting.
It must make you feel good that you're growing nutritious food for those people in your community, and especially for those people who don't have the opportunity to go to the Whole Foods and things like that.
As a program, we made it our mission to battle the effects of poverty. All of our prices at the farmers market are set to reflect that. We don't ever sell things for more than they're worth. We always sell things a little bit below so that we can get the food to the people that need it the most.
I love what you've done here. It seems like it's warm in here. There's not a lot of technology here, is that right?
No, this is all sun power. So the panes behind me, each one acts as a prism and maximizes the sunlight that comes in.
Wow. So
and
that's
that
the only heat source.
Yep, when the sun comes in, it heats it up, and then that warms the greenhouse to get it through the night.
Well, this has been so fun. I'd love to be able to harvest some things with you for my frittatas. I'm gonna get to harvesting, and then why don't you meet me down at the food farm where we're gonna get some more ingredients.
After cutting my greens, I traveled down the road to the food farm to pick up some eggs and learn about a unique root cellar that's allowing local farmers to store organic vegetables throughout the long winter. This modern root cellar was built into the earth to maintain a consistent temperature for storing produce. And it uses solar power to achieve net zero energy usage. This modern design allows local farmers like Jenneke to store their produce in ideal conditions throughout all seasons, which means they can provide healthy, locally grown food to their community throughout the winter.
Well, we drove through a snowstorm, but we made it to the food farm. I'm gonna go check out the modern root cellar that's as covered in snow as I am. Hello, Jenneke.
Hi, Inga. How are you?
Good, nice to see you.
Thanks. Welcome to the root cellar.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to see it. Can you take me for a little tour?
You bet. Come on back.
This must be a game changer.
It really has been.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been great for us. It's really, and it's made a big difference for our members and customers too.
For
It's
sure.
not just the farm, it's the way we can interact with the whole community, really.
I bet a lot of other farmers are interested in coming to see what you guys are doing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know a lot of farms have refrigeration, but it seems like this is a lot less energy.
It is. Yep, it is. It's made a big difference because we could add so much more storage space without adding a lot of ongoing maintenance and operational costs too.
Do you have to cool this? This is just, we're in the earth right now.
Right, yep. So when you walked in and you saw the top of the wall
Yeah.
there, the earth comes all the way up to the top of the concrete there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what all do you have stored in here?
We've got bins of carrots, potatoes, racks of winter squash, more potatoes, onions behind you, cabbage and rutabagas.
And this is all offered to your winter CSA.
It is, yep.
For folks who don't know, can you explain a little bit about what a winter CSA is?
It stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So people buy a share in the production of the farm. This time of year, actually, we just started sign-ups for the upcoming growing season. And then during the summer, we offer a weekly share. So whatever's in season and whatever's ready, we deliver on a weekly basis. And then we just extended that idea to the winter.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, yep. And I don't know who else was doing it at all. I mean, there may have been a few places doing it when we first started in 2000. And still, there aren't a lot of us doing it. And it works really well for us because we have such a short growing season.
That's
up
the
here.
thing about the Midwest. You know, it's just, I've lived here for a while and it just seems like summer goes right now and you just really have to embrace winter.
Yes.
That's one thing that I've learned over time. And now I'm embracing it.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that this must be a great thing for other farmers to see, having an ability to make an income in the wintertime.
It doesn't extend the growing season, but it extends the season that we can have a relationship. And so both with our members and then also our wholesale customers, it's really important. It's hard to, put all that work into developing networks and markets and relationships, and then that lasts for a couple months, and then you got to rebuild it all, for the next summer. And so this really enables us to kind of keep contact with people, and once you get them hooked on good quality vegetables, you want to keep them hooked. And that actually was a big source of the inspiration for building the original root cellar, was our farm members complaining to us that their kids wouldn't eat vegetables once October rolled around and they couldn't get our summer share anymore. So it's worked out really well.
How has it been for you? I think being a CSA farm, you're unique because you're face to face with your customer all the time. What is that like for you?
I really like it. It's a whole different level of accountability. You really don't want to let people down. And it really is a motivator to make sure we do our best, and especially in times when climate's changing and weather is an increasing risk and everything, we are just really conscious of trying to do as much as we can to mitigate that risk, because our members are sharing it with us. It really pushes us to keep doing better and to keep caring for the land long term, because it's more than just our family counting on it. We have a, you know, a real sense that other people need what we're doing and have invested in it and expect that long-term outlook.
Is that also why you're certified organic?
My parents, when they started farming, they both had farming backgrounds. They heard about the organic thing and they're like, well, if it's possible to grow without chemicals, why would we do it any other way? And that's just kind of been a basic assumption for them. And it's also kind of a source of creativity, because when you restrict yourself to operating in a certain way, it opens up all sorts of avenues for thinking outside the box and really being creative with how you grow produce. The organic farming community is an amazing network. We learn from each other and share information. It just really, to me, it's a testament to what we've done in the organic movement, that we really have built a community both with our markets and our members, but also with each other to help share knowledge and make sure that everybody has the best chance of doing well.
I've had a lot of farmers give me advice and tell me what to do, but mostly it's sell your cows right now. Go do something else. Well, this has been really amazing and really fun, and I don't necessarily want to go back out into the snowstorm.
Right,
but
yeah.
I'm hoping I can get a few things from my frittata and maybe pick up some eggs.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you bet. Come meet the chickens.
I will. This is such a nice space to keep chickens.
Yeah, they really like it. They're pretty spoiled.
And it even feels a little bit warmer than outside, too.
Yep, and when the sun comes out and there's not snow all over, it's really a perfect spot for them all winter.
Do you take them outside during the summertime or just?
Yeah, in the summer they're out on pasture all the time.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
once winter rolls around, I want to make sure they can run around and do their chicken thing, but without being freezing cold. And so this greenhouse space works
I'm sure they
perfect for
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully I can come back and see you in the summertime.
that'd be great. Why don't you take some eggs with you?
Thank you. These are going to be perfect for my frittata. Well, let's head back and get my nephews, and we'll head into the kitchen and make our frittatas. Well, aren't I lucky? I found two handsome guys skiing up to my cabin this afternoon when I was coming home from getting ingredients. These are my nephews. This is Ashton and Caden, and they're going to be in the ski race today. So I thought they would like to maybe come in the kitchen and help me make lunch for later on. What do you guys say?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, let's get cooking. Today, we're gonna make an Italian frittata. A frittata is similar to an omelet. It's just less stuffy. You know, you can be a little bit freer with it and have fun with it. So it's basically an egg dish. And what's great about it is you can use anything that you have in the fridge. It's great for leftovers. You can throw potatoes in there. You can throw onions in there. You can throw spinach in. Should we put spinach in? I didn't get spinach, I got microgreens because I know you guys like microgreens. But anything you have left over, and in Italy, a lot of times when you're preparing dinner, you save a little bit of that dinner to have the next day with a frittata. So you can think ahead, and it's always something so easy to make. So I'm gonna teach these boys how to make it. First of all, Ashton, I need you to crack me some eggs right into here. There you go. That's one. Let's try to do maybe 8. And Caden, while he's doing that, why don't you start grating some cheese? And we just have a nice cheddar cheese here. It's so good to get kids in the kitchen, in the garden, on the farm. These guys grew up with me, milking cows, planting seeds in the garden, and cooking with me. And it's something I love to pass on to them, and I think it's a good life skill to be able to pass down. So what I have here too is some sauteed up red onion, and then some of these beautiful potatoes. And I'm just gonna slice these up nice and small because we're gonna put them in these adorable little cast iron skillets. Do you guys think this is gonna be a good lunch? Mm-hmm. Good. We'll start giving these a spin. Can you just whisk those up? Look at those beautiful yolks. That's how you know you have happy chickens, is the beautiful yolks. You can keep spinning those. I keep thinking I want to teach them knife skills, but we're so far away from an emergency room that I think I'm going to wait until we're back in town. I'm not the best with my knife skills myself. Alrighty, Ashton, you're looking good. I'm going to pour in a half a cup of cream, because what's me cooking without a lot of cream? And go ahead and stir that up. So I'm putting all of this in this beautiful measuring cup because I'm going to pour these into my little adorable containers. Ashton, I'm going to put some red onion in. You know, I think this is the last year I'm going to be able to cook with you. I think you're going to be too tall. And why don't you put that in the center for me, because we're done there. Kaden, you throw in all that cheese. People ask me if I always cook healthy. I like to think I cook healthy-ish. Stir that in there. And then add these potatoes. And guess what I have for you guys? On the side here, after we get done baking these, we're gonna top on with microgreens. Give that a stir for me, Ashton. Now, look at how adorable these little cast iron skillets are. Oh my gosh. So I like to cook with fun little containers because who doesn't? They're just so adorable, just like you kids. And I thought that the kids would enjoy it more if it was personalized for them. So let's fill up these cute little containers. I know I'm kind of in love with these a little bit too much, but they're so cute. All right, a little bit at a time. Oops. Aren't these gonna be good, guys? I was thinking we're gonna meet some other friends there so we can share our frittatas. Now you guys have this famous recipe. You can go home and make dinner for your mom and dad sometime and make them a frittata. How does that sound? Or you can come to my house and make one for me. That sound good? Yeah, they're so excited about it. So now I'm just gonna throw these in the oven at 375 for 20-25 minutes until they become fluffy and have a beautiful brown topping to them. And then I'm going to garnish them with some fabulous microgreens and a little bit of smoked paprika. So boys, let's get our snow clothes on and then it's off to the races.
Every year, the city of Hayward hosts the American Birkebeiner, the largest cross-country ski race in North America. Adults, children, and even some four-legged friends come from all over the world to get out on their skis and celebrate winter. I took Kaden and Ashton to see what all the excitement was about.
We finally made it to Hayward and the boys are so excited to get on their skis. Ben, this is so exciting to be here standing on Main Street in Hayward at the Birkie. What's your history with the Birkebeiner?
You know, the Birkebeiner is an amazing event, right? International, 23 countries, 49 states, only Oklahoma not represented, but we're working on that. And to have this idea of bringing everybody to northern Wisconsin, it's truly a festival of being active outdoors and celebrating winter. When it snows, we don't go inside. We love being outside and Barka Birkie, Junior Birkie, enjoying being active on the snow.
That's one thing I'm learning about living in the Midwest is there's going to be this amount of snow whether I like it or not, so I might as well get out and enjoy it.
Absolutely. You know, the Birkie started way back in 1206 when the Prince was rescued. Moved forward to 1973, Tony Wise said, we should have a ski race in northern Wisconsin. 35 brave souls started on Lake Hayward, made their way to Cable, and it was born. So here we are now, 2019, the 45th edition, and you can feel the excitement building. People want to come to northern Wisconsin, and we have a little gem here. They get here, they fall in love, and come back as often.
So tell me more about this Princess Inga. I hear she's pretty incredible.
Amazing woman, right? She saved the prince, who actually later became the greatest king in Norway's history, they say. Skied 55 kilometers with her baby on the back to safety. Imagine that, on hand-carved wooden skis over mountains through Norwegian deep snow. So the ski racers here, nearly 13,000, they've got it easy. Brand new equipment, super simple. But yeah, an amazing feat. Our quiet little town of 2,500 people here in Hayward, northern Wisconsin, comes alive when all these people show up, and it's exciting, it's fun, and we're ready.
Well, thank you, Ben, so much for being here with me today. I've got to go get my kids ready to go get their skis on and get skiing, and then we're going to have some delicious frittatas at the finish line.
Get set! Smile and have fun and go, 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 go. What better way to celebrate the wonder of winter here in the Midwest than sharing a warm snack with friends after completing a cross-country ski race? Winter veggie frittatas are perfect for fueling up after a day of cross-country skiing. Classic hot chocolate warms the tiny tummies, and Grandma's homemade animal cookies are a sweet ending to a fun-filled day.
What do you guys think? Oh, you guys are the best. I hope this has inspired you to get outside and enjoy the winter. And I hope you'll gather with us next time around the farm table. I'm your host, Inga Witcher. Yay! Good job, guys. Good job.
Around the Farm Table is funded in part by Wisconsin Farmers Union, united to grow family agriculture, Heartland Credit Union, a gift in memory of Wendy Bladorn, Focus Fund for Wisconsin Programming, and Friends of Wisconsin Public Television.